As I walked to the door to greet them, I was stunned to see not just my husband Marcus, but also a woman cradling a baby. "Who is she?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Vanessa," Marcus said. "My ex-girlfriend." My heart pounded. "What?" "I'm divorcing you. I'm done with you and the kids," he stated coldly. "Divorce? What are you talking about?" Thankfully, our son Louis was still at the library and hadn't come home yet. Gracie, however, was upstairs in her room. "As you can see," Marcus continued, "I want to marry Vanessa, so I'm divorcing you." Vanessa gave a small, apologetic smile and introduced herself. "Hi, I'm Vanessa, Marcus's ex." She shifted the baby slightly in her arms. "And this is Marcus's child." I stared at her, my mind struggling to process what she'd just said. "You're joking." But the baby in her arms slept soundly, oblivious to the chaos unfolding. "How did this even happen?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Marcus leaned against the doorway. "I ran into Vanessa at work about 2 years ago." Vanessa nodded, reminiscing. "We were both shocked when I visited a client and saw him there. We both went, 'What?'" Marcus chuckled. "Your face was priceless," Vanessa added with a nostalgic smile. "And yours was hilarious too," he replied. I clenched my fist. What am I even listening to? Marcus sighed as if he were explaining something obvious. Since then we started meeting again. Honestly, I still had feelings for her, so it felt surreal. "Same here," Vanessa added softly. "We broke up after a fight and I never really got over it. Meeting again felt like fate." Marcus wrapped an arm around her waist, pulling her closer. "I'm so happy now." I turned my face away, unable to watch. Vanessa looked at me with hesitant eyes. "Trinity." "What?" Her voice wavered. "Please. Let me have Marcus." My nails dug into my palms. "He's my husband." "I know," she whispered, "but I can't raise this baby alone." "Then why did you have an affair?" I snapped. "You brought this on yourself." Vanessa lowered her head. "Well." "Hey." Marcus cut in sharply. "Stop making her cry." He put a comforting hand on Vanessa's back. "It's okay, don't let her words bother you." I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My husband comforting his mistress instead of me. "Trinity," Vanessa said, regaining her composure, "your kids are grown, right? They don't need a father anymore." "But I do." My chest tightened. "Grown? My son just started college." Marcus waved dismissively. "If he's in college, he's basically an adult." "That's not the point," I yelled. Marcus sighed, exasperated. "I think now is the perfect time for me to marry Vanessa." Tears welled up in my eyes. "Do you have any idea how much I've supported you? We used to talk about traveling together once the kids didn't need us anymore." He looked at me with irritation. "I'm the only one who can take care of her and the baby. So just divorce me." I shook my head. "And what about Louis' tuition? He just started college." "Let Gracie handle it," Marcus replied nonchalantly. "She works for a big company now. Probably makes more than I do." My daughter, Gracie, had always excelled academically. She graduated from a prestigious university and landed a job at a major international firm. "You can't just dump this on her," I protested. "It's fine," came a voice from the staircase. I turned, startled. Gracie had been listening. "Since when have you been there?" I asked. She crossed her arms. Well, look who's acting like a big shot now." She scoffed. "Great. Now I can finally cut ties with you all." Marcus frowned. "Cut ties?" "Yeah," Gracie said coldly. "There's an idiot standing right here." She looked straight at Marcus. "Dad, don't think you'll get away with this unscathed. How dare you talk to me like that?" Marcus barked. Gracie tilted her head. "Aren't you getting divorced? That means you're no longer my dad. You're just a pathetic old man who cheats and fathers kids with other women." Vanessa stiffened. Gracie, that's too harsh. Stay out of this, Gracie shot back. You're just a disgusting old woman who has affairs and pops out kids on the side. Vanessa's face turned pale. Disgusting, old woman? Although she seemed to be in her early 30s, Gracie clearly saw her differently. What a rude child, Vanessa muttered. At least my kids won't grow up like that. Gracie smirked. Oh really? Confident you can manage that. She folded her arms. By the way, are you sure you want this man? He's in debt, you know. Vanessa's face dropped. What? Marcus shifted uncomfortably. Oh, it just came back to me, Gracie continued. Right, Mom? I nodded. That's right. I almost forgot. Vanessa frowned. Debt? What are you talking about? Marcus's jaw tightened. That's none of your business. It is, Gracie countered. It's a big deal. Stay out of this. Marcus snapped. I'll explain, I said. He lost all his savings years ago in a fraud scheme. Vanessa's expression darkened. Fraud scheme. Yes, I confirmed. When the kids were in elementary school, my mother lent us money to get by. Marcus avoided my gaze, guilt written all over his face. My mom passed away 5 years ago, I continued, and the debt was overlooked. But you can't just ignore it. Vanessa's mouth tightened. Unbelievable. I had no idea you were in debt, she muttered, her voice devoid of the warmth it held earlier. Marcus reached for her. Vanessa. Don't touch me. She jerked away. Her eyes flashed with betrayal. You were going to marry me without saying a word? Well, I was so close to being dragged into your mess. Vanessa, please, Marcus pleaded. Vanessa scoffed. Yeah, right. Like I'd marry you now. Oh, and I hope you know some of your salary is going toward that debt. No way, Vanessa said firmly. Forget about the remarriage. Bye. With that, she spun around and stormed out. Wait. Marcus bolted after her, but Vanessa had already disappeared into the night. Well, Gracie said dryly, guess that's a deal breaker. Marcus muttered something about chasing after her and ran off. I exhaled, still shaken. I can't believe that awful man was my dad, Gracie muttered. It makes me sick. She slammed the front door shut. Seeing her angrier than I was filled me with unexpected relief. I'm sorry, Gracie, I whispered. I'm sorry you had to go through this. She shook her head. It's not your fault, Mom. It's all because of that terrible man and his disgusting mistress. She placed a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Don't worry, I'll take care of the house. You just focus on yourself. Gracie. She looked at me with determination. Are you really okay with this, Mom? Her voice trembled with anger. You've done so much for him, and this is how he repays you? I met her eyes. Leave it to me, she said firmly, placing a hand over her heart. I've got a foolproof plan. Just trust this sharp, quick-thinking brain of mine. With a sly smirk, she headed upstairs. Will she be all right? A hint of unease crept in, but I chose to trust her. A few days later, Marcus returned to the house. Here, he said, handing over a bag filled with 5 neat stacks of cash. Where did you get this? I asked, suspicious. It's better to borrow from a lender than to owe you, right? You took on more debt just to repay me? Are you out of your mind? I want to marry Vanessa that badly, he admitted. The debt is settled, so we can finalize the divorce now, right? Of course. Marcus pulled a document from his bag and laid it on the table. Sign this, he instructed. The necessary sections were already filled in. Got it. Without hesitation, I grabbed a pen, double-checked the details, and signed. After reviewing everything, I handed the papers back. I'll file these later. See you. Without a second glance, Marcus walked out. As the door closed behind him, I felt a smile creeping onto my lips. A week later, I received confirmation. Our divorce was officially processed. What's that, Mom? Proof that it's finalized. Well, that's that then, Gracie said with a satisfied grin before heading to her room in high spirits. A month of peace followed, but one quiet afternoon the doorbell rang, breaking the calm. When I checked the monitor, Marcus's face appeared. "What do you want?" I asked through the intercom. "Let me in." I noticed his heavy breathing, and when I opened the door he stood there, drenched in sweat. "Why are you in such a rush?" "I'm being chased by debt collectors. I can't go home." "Let me stay here." "Absolutely not. That's not my problem." Before I could react, Marcus forced his way inside. "Hey, wait. You can only stay in the entryway." I spread my arms wide, blocking him from going further. "Let me in, I need to talk to Gracie." "Gracie?" I repeated, startled. "That doesn't change anything. You're not stepping further inside." "Gracie, if you're up there, come down." Marcus shouted toward the staircase. "Could you be any louder?" A voice responded, and moments later, Gracie appeared. "Oh, it's you, terrible dad. How's life treating you?" she asked mockingly. "Don't mess with me. This is your fault." "My fault?" Gracie tilted her head, feigning innocence. "Don't play dumb. That loan company you recommended." "Oh, that." She answered with a deliberately casual shrug. "You told me it was a good place to borrow money. Their office seemed clean, their employees were professional. I trusted them." "And?" I asked, watching as Marcus's bloodshot eyes turned toward me. "The interest rates are outrageous," he shouted. "Well, of course. They're notorious loan sharks," Gracie replied, completely unfazed. "You did this on purpose, didn't you?" "I only made a suggestion." "You made the choice." "Outrageous interest? How bad is it?" 40% every 10 days, Marcus admitted, his voice shaking. My knees felt weak. Gracie had warned me about the shady lender, but I never imagined it was this extreme. I shuddered at my daughter's ruthlessness. "This is insane. The interest is higher than the loan itself." "That's how loan sharks operate," Gracie said nonchalantly, inspecting her nails. Her indifference only fueled Marcus's anger. "Is this how you treat your father?" "I already told you, I don't consider you my father anymore. Your family is that foolish woman and your child. Go back to them." "I can't. Blaming me makes no sense. You signed the contract. Didn't you read the terms properly?" He hesitated. I needed the money quickly to convince Vanessa. They seemed trustworthy." "Unbelievable," I sighed. "So, in the end you trusted them and signed. That's on you, not Gracie." She stepped closer. "Keep yelling and I'll tell the debt collectors where you are." "No. Please don't." Marcus grabbed Gracie's arm in desperation. She yanked it away as if he were something filthy. "Even if I don't, they'll find you soon enough." "No way. They wouldn't go that far." "Are you underestimating debt collectors? They'll hunt you to the ends of the earth." "You're kidding. I introduced you to one of the most relentless ones." A chill ran down my spine. "I trusted you. You're smart and educated. I thought you wouldn't mislead me." "Thanks for the compliment, but I used you this time. I knew you'd fall for it without a second thought." "That's on you." "Stop it." I stepped between them, shielding Gracie. "Move." "I won't." We locked eyes in a tense standoff, but Marcus was the first to look away. "She did this for me. Don't blame her." "Do you hate the idea of me remarrying that much?" "That doesn't matter anymore. Whether you end up with Vanessa or not, I don't care. But I will never forgive you for what you did to me and the kids." It might have been the first time I'd ever raised my voice at Marcus. He recoiled. "I wanted to get back at your selfishness, so I asked Gracie to help. How does it feel now?" Panic setting in. "You tricked me," Marcus whispered, furious. Gracie laughed. "You abandoned your family. Now you're getting a taste of what that feels like." Marcus looked ready to destroy everything in his rage, but if he made a move, I was fully prepared to call the police. "I warned you, you don't get to walk away and live your life like nothing happened," Gracie said, her expression darkening. Marcus gulped. This isn't over? The debt collectors won't stop. Even if you run, they'll follow you to the ends of the country. They wouldn't chase me that far. They'll even go to your parents. His face turned pale. What? They don't care who pays as long as they get their money. No, they might show up at my parents' house? Exactly. So figure something out fast. I can't let them go there, he mumbled, desperation growing. His family wasn't wealthy. When he had fallen for a financial scam before, my family had bailed him out. If his parents learned the truth, it wouldn't just be anger. It would be humiliation. If they find out about the divorce, it'll be even worse, I pointed out. We never told them, Marcus muttered. Right. And when they learn you cheated and had a secret child, it won't just be scolding, it'll be disgrace. I can't let them know. Then pay the debt. The interest keeps growing. I can't. Marcus shrank, trembling. Crawling, he clung to my knees. Please help me. Help you. I pulled away. We're divorced. This isn't my problem anymore. Please. I have no one else. Why not ask Vanessa? She quit her job after we married. She wanted to focus on raising our kid. Then ask her family. Marcus hesitated before finally admitting, she left, with the baby. I blinked. So she ran away? He clenched his fists. Yeah, maybe. Probably. I would have too. She won't answer calls or emails. All she sent were divorce papers and an alimony demand. Well, that's it then. You're doomed. Debt and alimony, your life is over. Marcus groaned. When did everything fall apart? You did this to yourself, I said coldly. You're all I have left. Please. I shoved him away. Don't touch me. Rejected by Vanessa, then Gracie, and now me. Just lend me some money. Trust you? The man who hid his debts until Gracie exposed them? Not a chance. Gracie smirked. Go play hide and seek with the debt collectors. I don't know what to do. Marcus whispered. Figure it out. At last, Marcus broke down, tears cascading down his face as he sobbed uncontrollably. But neither Gracie nor I felt an ounce of sympathy. What the hell? Why are you crying? You brought this on yourself. Marcus, his eyes swollen and red, looked up at us. He was no longer the man who had dismissed us as insignificant just a month ago. Did the 20-some years we spent as a family mean nothing to you? Of course they meant something, up until last month. But you're the one who destroyed it. Marcus had no response. He simply lowered his head, forced to accept the reality. A thought struck me at that moment. Until now, I had followed along with Gracie's plan for revenge. But suddenly I felt the urge to exact my own. Hey, Marcus, I called, and he instantly looked up, hope flickering in his eyes as if he'd been waiting for this. There's something I forgot to tell you. Can I say it? What? Go ahead. Marcus's eyes were filled with desperate anticipation, but unfortunately for him, my words weren't meant to offer comfort. Instead, I reveled in the satisfaction of shattering his expectations, dragging him even deeper into despair. Didn't you and Vanessa have a child together? His face twisted in anguish. Yes. But Vanessa took the kid away from me. I can't forgive her for that. Then maybe you should take a closer look at that child. What? Smirking, I leaned in and whispered in his ear, because the real father might be someone else. Marcus froze, his eyes locked straight ahead. Hey, you okay? He remained motionless. Not surprising. Learning that the child you believed to be yours might belong to another man would shake anyone to their core. What the hell are you talking about? His voice was laced with rage as he turned to me, now seeing me as his worst enemy. I'm not joking. Then why would you say something so ridiculous? Ridiculous? Are you sure? I walked into the living room and grabbed a few photos. When Marcus saw what I held, suspicion flickered in his expression. What's that? Want to see? Just hand them over. He snatched the photos and examined them, his face growing pale. What the hell is this? I pretended to share his shock. I mean, Vanessa stormed back into your life, claiming she wanted to remarry you, and here she is walking arm in arm with another man. The pictures were taken in a bustling downtown area, numerous hotels visible in the background. They raised serious doubts about the child's true parentage. Gracie glanced at the photos, amusement dancing in her eyes. When were these taken? Marcus, still in denial, asked a pointless question. How should I know exactly when their affair started? This was just my first clue. The photos were taken 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? That was right after we remarried. Exactly. Marcus stared at the images as if trying to burn holes through them with his gaze. Processing the reality was proving difficult. That guy, he's Vanessa's high school classmate, he murmured, his voice trembling. Looks like they've been seeing each other for a while. A high school classmate. Someone her age. A much safer bet than a man 14 years older, don't you think? But Vanessa told me she loved me. And yet this is the outcome. He cheated on you two. You two make a perfect pair. Liar. 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 Marcus jumped up, grabbing my shoulders. Tell me his name. Give me his contact information. Like I'd know that. And even if I did, do you think I'd tell you? Then at least tell me his name. Figure it out yourself. I'm just showing you what I found. Unforgivable. He mumbled, his voice trembling as he tried to make sense of it all. She told me she loved me, but she was meeting someone else all along. Gracie leaned in and whispered, you could say the same about yourself. I nodded subtly. And the kid might not even be mine, Marcus muttered, spiraling into madness. Then why did I go through all that trouble to remarry her? Maybe she tricked you, I said coolly. That must be it. The paternity isn't confirmed. Even Vanessa might not know the truth. I need to find her. She has to tell me. Do you even know where to look? I'll start with her family. If they don't talk, I'll force it out of them. And if the child isn't yours? Then of course I'll demand compensation. Isn't that obvious? I was deceived into marrying her. A twisted idea formed in his mind, and suddenly his demeanor shifted. I'll make sure the compensation is enough to wipe out my debt. That'll set me free. Yes. Yes. Yes, he shouted like a man possessed. At that moment the doorbell rang. Without checking the monitor, I stepped outside. 2 men stood there, their expressions unmistakably hostile. Excuse me, is there a man named Marcus here? You've got to be kidding me. They found him already? From behind me I heard Marcus's frightened voice. Who are you? We're from a financial services company. Marcus has defaulted on his payments. That sounded serious. We're aware you're no longer married to him, but we thought he might be here. Thank you for your diligence. Please just tell them I'm not here. Marcus pleaded desperately. But I had no interest in helping him. Actually, he's right here. I flung the door open. What? No. I'm not associated with him anymore. Honestly, it would be a relief if you took him. Thank you for your cooperation. The debt collectors wasted no time, seizing Marcus by the arms and dragging him out of the house. Trinity, help me, he cried. Take responsibility for your actions and pay back your debts. Let's go. Stop resisting. No. Please. Stop. Bye-bye. Gracie, help. You're my daughter. For the last time, you're not my dad. Damn it. Damn it. His sobs faded as he disappeared with the collectors. The moment his cries vanished, I let out a deep breath, feeling an overwhelming sense of relief. Nice work, Mom. Gracie, thank you so much. Aren't you glad you let me handle it? Yes. I feel so much better now. Later, I heard from Marcus's family that he managed to take a loan from a legitimate lender to pay off the dangerous ones. However, with no savings and a salary that couldn't cover the debt, he had to start working weekends as well. On weekdays he continued his regular job, and on weekends he signed up with a temp agency for part-time work. Yet there was no clear end in sight for his financial struggles. One day I received a message from Marcus through his family. "I went to your house the other day but no one was there." "Oh, we moved." "Where to?" "There's no way I'm telling you that. At least let me see the kids. I'm lonely every single day." "The kids don't want to see you." "And neither do I. Don't even think about it." "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." His sniffles were audible through the line. Only now did Marcus truly understand the weight of his loss. He knew better than anyone, it was too late for regrets. As per Gracie's suggestion, I now live with her and my son, the three of us together. His tuition is covered by the money Marcus paid back and by Gracie's income. "I'm sorry," I admitted. "In the end, I had to rely on you." "Well, we didn't really have a choice with him being the way he is. Plus, I'm a high earner, so it's no big deal." Her bright, confident demeanor always lifted my spirits. I decided I wouldn't add to her burden. It was time for me to find a job. Having been a housewife until now, I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to give it my all.